Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Friday. Friday Night Live. Now, what's
Man,
good? What's good? What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another one, man. I'm your host, Luz Takes, but we got a special guest in the building. We got Aisha. Like, I gave Vach his flowers, how he's paving the way, but I'm be honest, I got told straight, so I'm gonna say it the right way. Really, who's paving the way for us in these YouTube streets and the main media is actually the one and only Aisha, 2I in the
oh, thank
building. How you
you.
doing?
I'm good, man. We It's been a long time coming. Every time you want to do a show, life be over here lifing for me, or I got all this stuff going on. So, it's important to me. First of all, thank you for your kindness, but also too, it's important to me to like stay involved in the community and stay involved in the Cowboys community because like yes, I'm getting other opportunities and stuff like that, but like this was my start. Being on YouTube is how I learned football. Cause I ain't never, I ain't never played. Clearly, I ain't never played, but I'm
Uh,
fine. I'm good.
I mean, no. I ain't clearly.
I'm
Times
this
are
good.
changing. Times are
I'm this
changing.
good on a good day.
Oh, that's true.
Listen, so never played anything like that. But when I started really wanting to learn the game, the way that I learned was watching Vaj, Foots, like all of those guys. So it's important to me to pay homage to all of them consistently and stay here. Stay here.
Man, yeah, we appreciate it. You always know where home is, and that's in the YouTube. We appreciate you what you do on DallasCowboys.com. Actually, y'all can check her out. Is it Girls Talk, Boys Talk?
Yes,
Uh,
yes, we talk ball on there. We talk
real,
ball on there.
real ball. One of
Yeah.
the better performing shows. You didn't hear that? Yes, you did. You did hear that from me. I ain't gonna say that. You heard that from me
Yeah.
on that side, but I don't ever hear it. They don't ever publicize it unless somebody else. But I digress. But we gonna get into it. As you saw y'all probably saw in the thumbnail, y'all
Mhm.
saw in the description. We're going to talk about the defensive line, probably the most important position group in terms of our success for this season. Like in terms of like if we want our ceiling to go even higher, this is I would say the one position group that's in charge of that ceiling. So I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna play it twice. Not right now, but I'm gonna play it once for right now, and I think we're gonna get right into. We're gonna get into the edges first, but I'm gonna play this right here. This is our new. Oh, look at me messing up. Our new our new our defensive line coach, everyone.
Ray
Uh
Cotton.
Aaron White Cotton, you feel me?
Mhm.
So this is a excerpt I got, a little clip I got, but I feel like this is
You
really
can
important.
always improve, but we can't bend on playing hard. And it's a consistent conversation from the first week in training camp until the week of the Super Bowl. Run to the ball, run to the ball, run to the ball. And I'm not talking about just like, pretend like you're running to the ball, like sprint to the ball every time till your lungs are on fire. Go back and do it again. We're attack front. So what you've seen from us in San Fran and with the Jets, we're attack front, and I want those guys to play on the other side of the line of scrimmage and get after people and play hard. We want to play hard, great effort, great violence, great pass. We need explosive athletes. We need guys that are change the line of scrimmage, and they're great versus the run, and they also affect the passer. So those are the biggest things that we look for in those, just these explosive athletes that play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
So shout out everyone. Yeah, this is actually from my video. Y'all ran it up, man. We had 9.2. I really put my heart and soul into that video. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't, make sure to go check it out, and you know what I'm saying, put a like, you know what I'm saying, and talk to me in the description box. But I appreciate it. But Tua, let's go to you. When you hear that, the interviews, I know you've seen all of them. What
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
what
going
comes
taking
to
notes like
mind? Because we're gonna break this down. Because this is gonna play out for both. We're gonna
mhm.
split up the exterior and edges with the interior defensive lineman. So
Okay.
what do you hear when you hear White Cotton speak?
Well, number one, my favorite thing about this incoming coaching staff is that they have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just a plan. It has reason. It has relevancy to this NFL. It has, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm listening to him. You listen to Flus. Obviously, his system is relevant still, even now. And then you listen to Schottenheimer. These guys, Clayton. they have a plan for what they want to do, and they are detailing for us very openly. Because a lot,
Yeah.
like, just keep it 1,000. A lot of coaches aren't open like this. So
Hmm.
we're getting, when we hear these guys speak, they are not only teaching us, they are also giving us poignant information that will help us in our analysis right now. Because when I
Hmm.
hear that, that means, like he's saying, I want an aggressive, come playing forward, run to the ball, run to the ball, run to the ball. We gonna review tape and see who really running to the ball energy. That makes me believe then whoever ain't touching the field. And that's the type of energy I want. I want people to have to earn their spot. So we have the best guys on the field. And I feel like when you listen to White Cotton, you think he ain't see some of them games from last year?
Oh yeah, he saw it. Yo, yeah, he saw it.
Think he don't, like, he has his standard clearly,
Hmm.
but he's seen the hero ball and some of the decision making and some of the timidness. He's like, nah, I want to come in and establish this quickly. And so what I took from it is another coach that has a plan. And I do think defensively, on the defensive side, especially when you talk about Izaraku and Reson and Osa, and I know we're going to get into that, they see what they want for this defensive line. So that's what I got from it. I don't know what you.
Two things. Well, really, it's three things. I'm talking about two right now. One, I'm gonna just say this right now. We've been this entirety of a team, Cowboy Nation. I'm gonna just let you know right now. What he said is probably the single most important thing we're gonna come back to, because I'm gonna be fighting y'all on, man. I'm gonna tell you that right. It's a fight coming. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We got George Pickens and we got CD Lamb. But I'm gonna let you know right now, if we too pass heavy, I'm gonna say that right now. If we too pass happy, I'm gonna replay this right here. Because as a former offensive lineman and my defensive line brethren, and I know coaches who had this same exact philosophy. And this, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is I love it because it's gonna make our, like you said, it's gonna make us play with heart and we're gonna be able to run to the ball. But there is a caveat to that. If these guys are in the 130s or like 100s in terms of snaps and percentages, we are setting ourselves up for failure in the fourth quarter because they're gonna be dog tired no matter how in shape they are. I'm just saying that right now. So we're gonna come back to that complimentary football situation. But in terms of edges, I feel like it says a lot because I didn't put the clip in there, but when he was on the draft show, they were asking him what is his archetype, and he didn't give an archetype. That means he doesn't see a certain build or a certain physical makeup. He
Mm-hmm.
sees what he wants, and that's effort, and that's just punch and just setting a line of scrimmage. So I feel like in his reality, and we let him go, he won a bunch of Chauncey Golstons. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to miss him. Just some guys who are going to play with effort, even though they may not have the talent. And he said versatility. That's going to be very key when we're going to be laying out this or predicting this depth chart and laying out the lineups. Because I feel like guys who are going to be able to pass rush and can't run set the edge or run, they're going to be, or guys who can set the run and can't edge. We're going to see the guys. I think I already know right now who the guys he's going to favor because he wants it's going to tie into Fluce's scheme. Fluce's scheme is just base. He doesn't send a lot of blitzes.
Oh yeah,
He relies a lot. He relies heavy on that front seven. So
yeah.
that's why he wants. That's why they marry like this, because if he got guys who can do both, set the run, set the edge on the run and pass rush, we Fluce can do what he want to do with the back seven. So
Yeah. I mean, no, I wanted to chime in on, like, talking about kind of like what White Cotton likes in a defensive line. Like, I mean, you're saying that it sounds like he wants a lot of Chauncey Golstons. I do think, yes, that there is some of that, but like, it's in regard to edges, man, listen, you cover the draft.
yeah, I mean, like a
Reality
mindset.
is-
Yeah,
The reality is it's either this or that with most players.
right.
Like, I asked the scout last year, what is the commodity, I guess, in the drafting world right now? Speed rushers.
Mhm.
Like, speed rushers to them, and I think that ties back into some of the, pass heavy NFL now, are so valuable now that teams will take a guy that does not play the run soundly for a guy that can rush the passer.
Right.
And I think some of these young edges are prioritizing or having
Hmm.
to prioritize or figure out what to prioritize. Because when you look at a guy like Marshawn Nealon in comparison to an Izaraku, I'm looking at Nealon like the first 3-4 games I've seen him out there. This is a grown man against the run. He
Right.
understands the run. He has the feel. He can disengage. He can set,
Hmm.
you know. But then you look at his Rocco and you just like he can bend that corner something serious. And it's like it sucks that that's like we're in that NFL where a Nealon, which I know we're gonna get into,
Hmm.
might see less time because, or depending on what the game looks like, you're gonna be this or that.
That,
So you have to really develop guys.
I think that's why he said the statement. He doesn't.
Mm.
He wants to be flexible. He wants to like. So I think we're not going to see the same lineup every week.
Oh,
Like
I
he
agree.
wants to be. He's going to whatever team we're facing. If we're facing like a heavy run team, we may see a heavy dose of the hard setting edge
Hmm.
defenders. Or like I think the guys who are going to get the most reps are guys who can actually do both. Like if you are really good at setting the edge and you are a promising pass rusher like a Nealon, like even though he ain't consistent, but he showed us a little something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or on the reverse end, who's my favorite actually to be the starting end, nobody talking about is actually Dante Fowler, who can get you sacks, and he was actually pretty good versus the run in Washington. If he can be better versus the run and just when I say Chauncey Golston, I mean like that mentality. Don't have the hero ball.
Oh yeah.
If I tell you the two gap, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. I don't like if you're number 11 or if you're number 56. That's what I mean. Like
No, no,
so,
no. I
mhm,
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. The thing with Fowler is that motor.
it is.
Yeah, like he. I think Washington found out quickly. Like this is a guy that he can play.
Mhm.
You gonna have limited snaps, big dog. You gonna have to. You
I
ain't
think
gonna-
I think funny enough, we give the front office such a hard time. They know how to dangle the carrot in front of these players and get the best out of them. So like Fowler, while I'm high on him, he still ain't like he had some very productive seasons and still ain't got a long term contract.
Yeah, and I'm sure he feels. Yeah, I mean, I was glad they brought him back in general. I was glad
Mhm.
they brought him back in general. But in regard to what you were saying about, you think we could see different lineups every week. I think that this coaching staff understands the matchup game.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that this is something that happens on the offensive side of the ball. Like, let's not be the team that says, this is what we do, this is what we're going to do. Let's be the team that looks at the matchup and says, who is fit and set for what we are going up against this week. Give your
Right.
team the best chance to win and not have this weird loyalty to guys that you don't want to tell them to sit their ass down for a quarter because you need to establish you not running on us today. You
Right.
can pass rush later, big dog. You not running on us today.
Talk that talk. No, talk that talk for sure.
I'm
Talk
cool
that
with
talk.
that. I'm cool with that.
No, talk that talk. Because
That's football. That's
if I was in
football.
there, I would tell them straight up. All them pass rushers, I would tell them straight up, dog, you got to earn. Teams know our calling card. Teams know we're dangerous at pass rushing. So why would you think they're going to sit back and let you do that? You got to earn your right. First and second down. You got to earn your right to pass rush. You want to make your money? Well, guess what? It takes doing the dirty work on first and second down too.
Right.
So we're going to go through just some of these edges.
Okay, let's
I
go.
got the video. No, not me. Nope. All right.
I'm screaming.
We're gonna start off now. We're gonna start off with Micah, of course. Funny enough, I think Micah. I think Flu's got a very special plan for Micah. I don't think Micah's gonna be a full-time edge. I actually what gave it away. We was doing like a show, and his brother came in. And he said his brother was losing weight. I said, Terrence, say that again. He said, oh, he been losing a lot of weight.
Yeah, he
I was
looked
like,
light in the ass. He looked a little lighter in the ass.
and people been telling me in my video, I don't think Micah is going back to the linebacker. Bullshit. You feel me?
First of all, I had the pleasure of being at OTA practice this week. Got to see Donovan Izaraku do a lot of the things. Again, I'm not sure. Obviously, it's OTA, so they're not going to give it a lot away.
Mhm.
But he is kind of the stand-in Michael right now. And they had him dropping back. They had him, seriously, they had him dropping back in kind of a linebacker-looking capacity and coverage and stuff. The whole the whole thing was like they had Lipke out wide. I think they're trying to see who can defend against tight ends if necessary. Who
So
can block
Sam,
in coverage? Who can figure that out? But I say that to say, if Izraku was kind of standing in as a Micah double, then we're seeing a little bit of maybe what they have thought out for how they're going to use him. So I agree with you. I think with Micah losing weight, and then also too, if they get his money done, maybe he feel free to go do that because we know that the linebacker stuff. I think he kind of
he diverted from. He was like,
a
I'm trying to
little
get, I'm
bit
trying to get my
because
bag.
he understood, yeah, he
Yeah.
understands that teams will find a loophole to not have to pay you as much. Same thing that's going on with Deron Bland right now. Dallas is like, go play nickel.
Go play nickel. Yeah, go play some nickel.
Oh,
Yeah. Go
go
play that.
nickel, brother. And Deron like, hey, nah, I know the price difference. Y'all not gonna put me into this. One of these young dudes better come on with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I also believe that Micah is. We could see him be used. Eberflus is too smart. He's too smart of a coach to just put him in one stationary place. And furthermore, you see the difference between when he's on the field and when he's not on the field.
Talk.
His impact is presence. So you need to do what's necessary to preserve him. That don't mean he's soft. That don't mean he ain't tough. That doesn't mean he can't play ball. That means that you give a damn about this investment that you're probably about to make before the season starts because they better pay him.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to protect it. And the way that you protect it is making sure he's not always on that edge, getting his ass blindside hit. Like, let's keep it 1,000. Like,
keep it 1,000. Keep it 1,000.
About these damn players or not. Do you want your team to win or not? Are you trying to prove a point of, oh, he's so big and tough and he can stay and play edge the whole game? No, if it's tearing up his body, stop it. Do what works. And also too, make him ambiguous. Make him somebody that people got a plan for. When you put him on that edge, people just gonna run at him or run away from him, and he's gonna look like freaking Joey Bosa after a while. Stop.
Talk that talk. It's too hard.
Stop.
I ain't got no roll cuz I wish I had a button. I know I need. I ain't got to talk that talk. She is talking right now. Everyone, I've been telling y'all for y'all been here listening to me, man. I always said Micah was never an edge. He's not a defensive end. He's a linebacker. Now he can rush good, but he's a chess piece. Mm-hmm. You don't keep a chess piece on one side of the board and limit yourself. Yeah. Pride cometh before the fall. Don't let
him a full-time edge, bro, but I also think, like you said, what makes him special, what makes his versatility is the versatility. Don't take that away. Don't take that.
No, it's not even like as an old lineman, when we dealing with somebody on Micah's level, we like damn our protections. We ain't setting it this way, that way. Where is he at? Okay, we setting it off him. And that's what I love what Zimmer did, underrated. Zimmer did last year. He moved Micah around, and we had Overshown. Hope he's doing better. And he'll set Overshown off Micah, so they'll set the zone side of the protection towards Micah, and they'll leave one-on-one with an Overshown.
And he would do that with Chauncey. He did it with Chauncey too. He would loop Micah around, or he would let the attention be drawn to Micah. He would loop Chauncey around. He is the ultimate decoy and a person that can also ruin your day because you're so stressed about him all day. And we got to keep that with him. I do. I agree. Putting him on the edge, I think, is limiting, and it's insulting to his football IQ, to be honest.
It is. And also, if you want to stop the run, this is one of the ways you stopping the run is a mentality. Shout out to Coach Marv. But also, sometimes on rundown, why not let him come from depth? Like, what pissed me off?
He's great at that. He's great at slashing. He's great at that.
He comes with strength, force, and all that. If I was a guard, I'd rather deal with Damone Clark than a Michael Parsons. I'm gonna be honest with you, because he's just fast and he can sometimes he can make it harder for that. So let's get smart this year. I knew Flus was gonna do this because I saw it last time Flus was in Dallas. DeMarcus Ware had 11.5 sacks, and I was like, yeah, this is he finna do DeMarcus Ware on steroids. So that's Michael Parsons. Let's move on. I don't even know who I got next. I'm be honest with you.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Oh, I think I remember. Here it is. Dante, Fowler.
We already cheated. We cheated already.
We already did. Let's move on.
We did a cheat. We cheated.
I think I know who the next one is. There we go.
The nugget.
Yeah.
He's just a nugget.
Ezaraku. Ezaraku, the rookie coming in from Boston College. I'm very excited for him coming out. He got a. I said he has a very mature game, very mature. Like his when I say he knows how to play with leverage. He got. I love a defensive end with counters. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
the if you can counter me, I can't block you. You feel me? Because I gotta have counters with you. It's a constant, fight. It's a constant war between the tackle and the end. And these tackles are good, so they're gonna take away your first move a lot of the time. So do you have another move, or are you dead in water? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I also he's underrated versus the run. He's gonna have to get better, gonna get stronger, but he has long arms. So that he
Mhm.
can extend and actually stand up on the edge.
Because he's
He can,
powerful. Yeah.
yeah.
But also too, I think the balance, like you talked about with the leverage, his balance is so insane, is that he can make guys have to like feel like they have to overset because of
Hmm.
his balance and his ability to get low to the ground and things like that. He really gets a lot of drive out of his lower half. He's strong up here, but he will plant. You see him plant and
Hmm.
use power. You just want him to still continue to work through. Again, run game is feel. Some guys got it, some guys don't. Some guys have to learn it, and it takes time for them to time when to disengage, to
Hmm.
know, okay, if that guy is cutting inside, if I see this tackle sitting out a little bit too wide right now, and pick up tendencies. What his ability to counter tells me is that he can pick up tendencies,
Hmm.
and that is one of the dopest. That's the game within the game.
Yeah.
That's the part of football that makes me excited. When I would go in the locker room and I'd be like, hey man, you see when that left tackle is when it's a run, you see he kind of leans on his knee a certain way, and Osa or one of those be like, yeah, we picked that up too. That's the football I care about. That's what makes me excited because it tells a story. And if you can read that story, you know how to beat that matchup. So with him, it's all obviously the hand usage, super heavy hands. He has a multitude of pass rush moves. You mentioned the countering and things like that. He also too just he has that ferocity to get to the quarterback. And it's going back to White Cotton, like he doesn't quit on plays. And you
Mm.
need somebody like that. And I think him and I think the sets with him and Micah.
The NASCAR package is gonna be insane. You have a
Big
it's
dog, like
you gotta
stretch.
earn your right though. You gotta earn your right to get to that. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
so
you gotta earn your right.
you gotta stop the run, of course, of course.
Mm.
Like that's gonna be. This team has not been a good run stopping team in quite some time now. I will say I think that they did see small improvements last year in some spots, but I
Mhm.
think that was because of the gentlemen you had out there, like you said, like a Chauncey Golston and those guys. So
Yeah.
it's necessary. I'm sick of this grandpa. I'm tired of seeing somebody get 4 TDs on it. I'm tired.
I'm tired. I'm tired of them gashes too. But you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being tired. We're gonna move on. I think I know who the next guy is. Nealon. There
Mm.
you go. Marshawn Nealon.
Yeah, keeping an eye on him, man. Obviously, first of all, I was super, super high on Nealon prior to the draft. Like during the draft process, I remember watching him. And the thing about Nealon is that he's not gonna beat you with Izaraku type skill set. He's gonna beat you because he wants to, and he's gonna keep coming at you, or he doesn't like. He's one of those guys that really plays through the whistle,
Hmm.
like isn't undisciplined, but play until that thing is done, right?
Right.
That's how he got sacks the way that he did. Obviously, the size is good as well, but and his hands are heavy. I'm really looking to see if he's going to reemerge because I think that MCL did kind of put him in a weird spot last year. I hope this isn't something reoccurring. I hope that he's okay because he's not only if he can give you some more pass rush ability, he's going to be a problem. I remember talking to him last year. They were considering moving him inside for some pass rush sets as well because his quickness, I think, would be a problem for some of those interior players as less than those tackles that are used to twitchy, twitchy, twitchy guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my thoughts on him. I'm keeping an eye on him. One of my favorite guys. One of my favorites. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I want him. I want to see that confidence in the run still persist, but also you got those heavy, violent hands. Get rid of Izaraku and see if we can counter. Or he's getting better coaching. He's getting good coaching.
Yeah.
from White Cotton. I'm gonna let him be
Yeah,
seen.
yeah, 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 yeah.
What you got? What you think about him?
Oh, I love Nealon. I think he's like I love somebody who understands their role fully. Like I'm not a sack guy. I
Mm,
might not even be a tackle guy, but I will set that edge and I will like bounce it back in, and the running back will be going the other way. And
yeah,
if I'm in the vicinity, I'm going to what I'm saying, make the tackle. I feel like this is a guy that if I was an opposing team, I do not want this kid to get stronger because if he can get stronger, no one's really moving this kid.
you know what's
And
crazy? I said that on the draft show. I said that we were talking about who is a player you don't want someone in the division to get, and I said I ain't trying to see him twice a year at grown man strength.
Roman,
I
like,
don't
'cause
want to
I'm
see it.
telling you, especially if he can play with good leverage and have that great strike, like you talking about on long arm, nobody's gonna move him off the line. And this is somebody you need to counter the outside runs, which killed you at the beginning of the year last season. That's what teams kept doing to you. That's what the
Oh my
Saints did to you and
god.
everything like that. So listen, I know Nealon's gonna do his job, so I cannot wait for what he's got in store. And if he can continue to improve that pass rush, even if you can't pass rush, push the tackle back. Let's make let's see if that quarterback is claustrophobic. That's what my D tackles will do. I want to see if my quarterbacks can operate in tight spaces. Do what you
Mhm.
can, and like I said, play your part. And Michael will be there. Osa will be there. You know what I'm saying, to make the pack. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, do your part.
Yeah,
So
and he understands that.
yeah.
He's a good kid, number one, but he has a firm understanding of what he's supposed to be doing. Oh, Sam. Oh, Sam.
Yeah, Sammy Slam Williams, man. People already said it. This man got to have the camp, the season, the life of his life. This
That's
this
what Box
year.
has been saying. I've been hearing a couple people echo that. I hadn't really thought about it um as much as like what he needs to do. What you got? What you thinking about it?
Well, first and foremost, if we are really truly making a culture change, you gotta get. One thing I hate is an undisciplined player. I don't care how talented you are. You going I don't like somebody who's gonna overrun the play, will get penalties. You don't like because undisciplined, it's a virus, and it leaks in your game, and it leaks in all. It's just drive killers. I need a focus, Sam Williams. I need him to clean up the pass rush. He can get lazy with his hands at times. I need to see him use his freaking like he has great. He can come out with great speed and get great momentum on the tackle, but and when disengaging, that's where it's the problem with him. So I think he don't have any sponsors, man. And and this is the reality. We have drafted 2 second-round defensive ends since we got you. You know what I'm saying? And one pass rusher and one run stopper. So yeah, I need something. You're gonna have to, yeah.
Yeah, got to see him yesterday working on the chorus with Brit and stuff like that. I think he's still, working through trying to build confidence in his lower half. But I don't know, man. It's kind of a weird place to be in, because I do think Sam is. And the thing about Sam, I don't know if you know that about him, is that he didn't start playing football until like his junior year of high school. I think it was sophomore, junior year. So he's fairly new to football, even still going to Ole Miss and things like that. So I think that, there's things that come with that,
Yeah.
not growing up playing. And so I'm hoping for the best with him. For him, I have no idea what's going to happen. Do I think I think I don't know if they were to let go of Sam, it would tell me that they are. People want to talk about how you know they're serious about winning. That would be eye opening for me. I personally think they're going to keep him. Well, I don't even think they can, because he's still rehabbing. I don't know when he's going to be ready to go. So he might make the team by default. Like he might start off on IR or something by default.
I would love to have him this year. We're gonna have great depth at the edge, especially.
Yeah, I want him to come in.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's gonna make the team this year, but I'm really curious about what next year looks like. If you see good reps out of Izaraku, if you see good games out of Marshawn Nealon, where does he fit in the grand scheme of things? Or hopefully he plays well if he can. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what to think about Sam right now. I don't know. And I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm just like,
If I was him, I would just stick to my fundamentals. Listen to Aaron White Cotton. He wants effort, give effort. He wants discipline, give discipline. You don't need to be the hero this year. Like I'm gonna be honest, you don't need to be the hero this year. When I say have like the season of your life, I mean that you can't really mess up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get injured. Funny enough, like I know this is wild to say,
Mm.
but you cannot get injured this year, or it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So like, especially here, but there's too much on. I'm speaking to you, Sam. There's too much on the line. Your football life is really at stake this year. So you're gonna have to give it your all. You're gonna have to lock in and listen. We creating competition. I love it. This is the best thing Shotty has added to this team because this is gonna bring out the best, even in players like this. This is what is gonna turn your play. We're gonna see a different Sam Williams because Shotty wanted to bring competition to this room so bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's literally what it's about. And I think that the next one is D tackles. So we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go to D tackles. Let me see. Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. So let's go back to the video because I just want to. If you're new here, everyone, make sure to like and subscribe the video. Make sure to subscribe to Aisha's channel. She didn't want to share it with y'all.
I tried. Why would
Always
people be
improve,
black like
but
that?
we can't bend on playing hard. And it's a consistent conversation from the first week in training camp until the week of the Super Bowl. Run to the ball, run to the ball, run to the ball. And I'm not talking about just like, pretend like you're running to the ball, like sprint to the ball every time till your lungs are on fire. Go back and do it again. We're attack front. So what you've seen from us in San Fran and with the Jets, we're attack front, and I want those guys to play on the other side of the line of scrimmage and get after people and play hard. We want to play hard, great effort, great violence, great pass. We need explosive athletes. We need guys that are change the line of scrimmage, and they're great versus the run, and they also affect the passer. So those are the biggest things that we look for in those, just these explosive athletes that play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
So, yeah, like I was saying, I showed this video again because, like I said before, it told me something about the edge group, and now we're gonna transition to the interior.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably the single most important position group in this entire team this year. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The defensive line, your nose tackle, and your 3 tech, man. This, if you want to know how serious we are as a team, it depends on how the Cowboys or how much improved we are in this position group. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna know right off bat. So what I hear from Aaron White Cotton, I think the versatility and the explosiveness, that was for the edges. It's for the D line too.
Yeah.
But what I hear from that, this is what I want to tie in. He wants effort, run. When I hear that, that's pursuit, that is effort, that is giving your all, and he's talking directly to your biggins, as my old coach would say, the biggins, the big 310 to 340. He's talking to them because they don't like the run sometimes, but this is going to be crucial. He's going to get the best out of these guys. There's going to be a high rotation, especially for these guys in here, because physically, I don't care how much shape you in, man. If like he literally said, I want you playing. He said in another interview, I want you playing so hard that your lungs are on fire, and we get somebody else out in there. You know what I'm saying? So this is for the D line,
Mm-hmm.
and the 1 techs and everything like that. So let's give an overview real quick on the interior. How are you feeling about the interior?
I think you need one more.
Oh yeah. You want to get right to it? Yeah. So when I hear that, Cowboy Nation,
I just need one more. Just one more. And
you need one more. That's what I wanted to hear. That when he says he's going to tire out these guys, we're going to get into Mozzie. What I feel about Mozzie, but I think we need to be adding, not replacing anybody on this list. We need to be adding to this list. We need more guys, more bodies to rotate. More bodies to rotate. More, because we don't need no drop off when you're defending the run. No leakage. Nothing, bleeding through. We don't need to lose nothing. We're playing a substitution battle. So we're gonna start off with Mozzie though. It's the elephant in the room. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not on the side of everyone else. I actually am very high on Mozzie this year for this one point. I think Cowboy Nation, I think the Dallas Cowboys front office, reporters, content creators, staff, and fans all do not understand the nose tackle position in particular. This position takes the longest to develop, and it is no joke. I call it the position of humbling, mainly because, like Tua's been hitting at, to stop the run, it's a level of feel that you literally have to learn on the job, and
Over
somebody has
time.
to be over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna agree with you. Hankins, I remember speaking to Hankins about it. He told me that he didn't really fully understand two gapping until his third year. It's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask someone because you're telling them to not do what their first mind is to do, and that is to get upfield. You're telling them to stay square and to have the strength to latch and to anchor, and then you're also telling them to at some point in time have the athleticism to lift that anchor, disengage, and tackle if necessary. Also, too, they're peaking. They're having to read. Defensive tackles have to read so much of what the offense is doing as well. So it's like between the IQ, learning the game, learning the checks, learning another team's declarations, picking up on tendencies, and also having the physical capability to drop your ass and not let nobody drive you back. If someone is as big as you, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is a lot to ask. And I agree with you that it is a position that takes patience, but it also, more importantly, takes coaching.
Yes. Talk.
Coaching.
There isn't, and you can't get coaching from a player when you had 3 coaches in here in the last 3 years.
All the philosophy differences. There's a reason why you see a guy like Micah Parsons have consistently good, seasons despite having different D-line coaches. He's an edge. He's pass rushing. It is not the same. There's a reason why we've seen a drop off in the offensive line play and the defensive line play, because there's so many variations, techniques, shifts, all that stuff that is done within those rooms, that different philosophies and having to learn a new one every year, it will wear on your players. And also I think it'll cause injury if you don't stop doing
it. she is. I need a roadcaster, man. This is ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie. She is. Y'all better listen, man. Y'all better listen. I don't know how to explain this. Like, she's right. When in the interior, different coaches have different philosophies. It's not as peaches and rainbows, big guys just hitting each other. Woo! You know what I'm saying? It's not that easy. Some guys, let me tell you, like not two gapping, how to take on a double team. There's different things. The best way to do it, in my opinion, as an old lineman, we're taught to combo. We're taught to move and sync. And if I can show you like a math diagram of the force, we're supposed to get on the same plane and literally uproot and move the guy that way. But we got to be hip to hip to do that. As a defensive lineman, how you break that up, and it's very hard to do that because these got college O lineman and NFL starting college O lineman, 2 different things. Mm-hmm. You need to break up the double team. You need to get these guys on different planes. It's like a force dog. If we're both going at you in one direction, we're going to move you. But if we're in different levels and one guy's going this way and maybe one guy's pushing you this way, now you can set your anchor and now you can't be moved. You know what I'm saying? And every coach don't teach it that way. They may teach it to, like, hey, you're gonna take them both on and you just gonna have to root. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things, and we didn't do Mozzie any favors, Cowboy Nation. I think we just like, oh, he's big, get in there and stop the run. It's more than just that. We don't understand this position group. We don't understand this position. I feel like it takes 3 years for this position to fully develop, 3 to 5. This is why I'm so high on Mozzie. I did the film study with Vach at the beginning of the year. We just went over just the Eagles game. We know multiple games, but the Eagles game was very in particular because there's a guard there by the name of Landon Dickerson. He's an all-pro. Well, one of the best guards in the dog. Rookie year, that man was handling Mozzie with one hand. It was ridiculous. I'm talking about he was making him look goofy. If you look at the end of last year, oh, that man was using 2 hands all right. Oh, he had to step all right. Mozzie caught up to him.
He's growing.
He's growing. He caught up to him.
Yeah, I thought he grew as the year went on. One of the biggest problems he had his first year was, don't laugh, I call them swimmer's legs. Your legs in the air, all out the water and stuff.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, the synchronized swimming. Um, so I call them swimmer's legs. I know that ain't there's a scouting term, but but yeah, like he was off balance a lot, and that was
Mhm.
partially because of his stance and coming out of college, and that having to be something that he had to change. I think going into this season, he's a couple years removed from having to, do the stance that he, was taught to do, because they were trying to just get, because he was so late off the ball, and that wasn't because of his reaction, it was because of what his body felt like. It took him time to get comfortable do that. So
Right.
now I think doing that rather. So I think now he's at a good weight. I know he looks at it like he's at a good weight,
Oh
because
yeah.
I also don't want him. Yeah, I understand he's a nose. He's a nose. Well, I don't want him too big,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I
Talk
feel
about
like,
talk. No, talk. We just. I don't want to play it a third time, but you heard White Cotton.
no, I don't want him too big. I don't want him
Yeah.
too big, because if he's too big, then how beneficial is he if he's having to have to come off the field on important downs?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I think that's why when like Vach asked a very important question to him during the draft, as the draft is happening, hey, do you like your noses 300 to 310, or do you like them 330 and above? He was like, I like players that can fire off and that can, run to the ball. So he don't value weight as much.
Hmm.
Um, and I know that's crazy to say, but if you look at Aaron Whitecock's previous regimes, and we're gonna get to the guy on here, Solomon Thomas, because I was scared when we got him, especially with his weight. It is a mentality to stop the run. Like you have to be refused. You have to literally go in there and be refused to be moved against your will. And no matter, it's crazy to say, but no matter the weight you are, if you
Hmm.
have that and you play with that and you play with that technique, you will not be moved. And why I bring that up is because he wants God. Obviously, if he's want high effort, you guys are gonna be in shape and they're not gonna be at their peak weight. Like, you know what I'm saying? So guys being heavy, probably not. Guys firing off, playing with strength, effort, and everything like that, probably yeah. And we can go right on to Osa. We can move to Osa. How do you feel about Osa this year, getting paid, and he's actually stepping up as the leader, as a three tech?
No, ecstatic, man. I'm excited for Osa. Obviously, like getting to know him as a person. I was very happy that he was able to get paid, and I thought he deserved it from the start. Because, like I said, I feel like football tells a story, and sometimes people ignore the story to justify their own narratives and stuff. Because the thing about Osa is like, obviously, it was the narrative of, oh, he's good, but he tapers off at the end of the year. Why? Why? Maybe it's because your nose tackles get hurt at the
Mm-hmm.
latter part of the season every year. And then
Mm-hmm.
he's then being asked to do nose tackle things, and that's not his game.
Right.
So, furthermore, he didn't have someone that was like, again, Osa came in and was almost automatically our starting three tech. And he has been for the majority of his career. Osa also has been on the field the majority of his career. He has
Mm-hmm.
not played injured. Like, well, has not had any injuries during his duration here.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, this guy is on the field consistently. He doesn't have a suitable backup, so you can't really risk him not being on the field. Yeah. So I would think, yeah, that is gonna play into his ability. So for me, I'm happy that they are investing in the nose tackle position. Again, we don't know what it's going to look like, but at least I'm ready for him to have a true nose, so he can be the pass rusher that he is created to be. Because I think that I mean, we're seeing it. We saw it in last season. I mean, this is a guy that knows how to rush the passer. And for so long, he's been asked to rush the passer, but on the way, hold that double team too, buddy. No, 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 bro. Let him be a pass rushing three tech, and that's when you're going to get the best out of him. I think he's stepping into his prime. I think he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and also don't forget, Eberflus said the most important position in his entire defense is the three tech.
Hmm.
And if you know why, it's because the three tech has a lot of responsibility. Being able to uh, defend and run laterally, maybe two, sometimes three gaps. You got to be athletic, and then you got to play. You got to provide secondary pass rush, as I call it, because your primary pass rush should always come from your edges, especially with us of all the talent we got. So Ocean should be coming in to press the pocket and then coming provide that secondary rush. So I also was a big need. I'm glad we got him back.
Mhm.
Then a guy you were high on, I remember seeing in the show, the guy right behind him that's coming in with White Cotton, that's been with White Cotton for 2-3 seasons now, Solomon Thomas.
Yeah. Listen. Let me fix myself. I'm not saying I'm necessarily high on him. I'm saying that there are people in the building, and I've just started continuously hearing his name. Number one, for the leadership, but also two, players. Like, listen, we matter, but the people who really matter are the people that's lined up in between those lines. And if the guys in between those lines are like, dog, the explosiveness when he takes a step, he's almost like literally he's able to. He generates a lot of power out of his first step. So you got to kind of like he gets. I say he kind of gets out the blocks faster than everybody else. With that size, mixing him with an Oso Digizua, and I think that we talked about it on Sky's show, is that this is probably the best pass rushing 3-tech that is going to be behind Osa. So then we talk about what we've been talking about, right? Is he's going to get a chance to rest, and hopefully there's not a huge drop off. 2023 to 2024, 8 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, 12 QB hits, and 942 snaps. So we know this guy can rush the passer and
Yeah.
have an ability to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be. This is great. We got people on almost every level. I think except for DBs that can come in and translate what Eberflus is or what this new coaching staff is wanting. It's gonna be a great for the locker room. When I hear Aaron Whitecotton and about like firing off the ball and with ferocity and everything like that, and why this is how I know that he really doesn't care about like physical and how big you are. I saw Solomon Thomas's film because I was afraid. I think he came in. I don't know if it's a typo, 250, 260. I'm like, no, we didn't get somebody that's 250, 260, light as I don't know what in the middle. But I saw his film versus San Fran, and he was holding his own. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, because he fired off with ferocity and he played with effort. Guys
he
were not.
wants to do it.
Yeah,
He
you know,
wants
like
to
he
do it. Like you
Mhm.
said that is a huge part of stopping the run, is wanting to do it, because you are straight up boxing
Yeah.
all day, all
Right.
day. So yeah, he has the want to, and I think the want to overshadows maybe what he doesn't have athletically. I think he's an athlete, but it's like nothing like jumps off to me. But when you mix that with like, okay, he has talent and then the effort, like, yeah, and the guys are impressed with him. But he is built like a cyborg. He is built like I seen him at OTAs, and I was like, what's going on here? Like,
We're gonna see when we put them pads on. Hopefully we can he can
he's
still look
gonna
the
look
same.
crazy. You know who's gonna look crazy too? Javonte Williams. He's
I saw
huge,
that. He was
Lou.
yeah.
He's huge, Lou. I was like, hey, y'all.
We need it.
Do you feel safe? I don't.
I hope he can beat that bruiser. I really do. Because we're gonna need it in that run
Yeah.
game. I hope so. And yeah, I didn't. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Rodgers briefly, but we got the Jay Toia, the rookie, 7th rounder from UCLA, the guy on the depth chart right now behind Mozzie. How do you feel about him?
So I talked to a couple of scouts about him because, again, I was curious from what I heard from him about him at the Senior Bowl, just buzzing around, and I'm being nosy. Yeah. That's how you do. You
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
He was somebody that when I would ask about the overall defensive tackle class, got brought up with the other defensive tackles.
Mm-hmm.
So I was surprised when he fell to the 7th round. Obviously, this is also too a product of he's a nose tackle and that's it.
Yep.
Because we are getting into an NFL again where coaches want a guy that, yeah, he can anchor, but I want you to have some pass rush ability. There's a very few amount of true nose tackles that's just going to eat up space and do their job. Everybody want a piece. Everybody want to be a pass rusher now. So I think he also fell. Right. I think he also fell. Know what you are. I think he also fell because of the positional value and how that position works now, and this class being so rich at the DT position. But yes, at the Senior Bowl, I had multiple scouts. Like I was sitting with a Packer scout, and he thought he was one of the better run stopping D tackles. Like take up space, has some room to grow. His feet can have some work, but yes, coachable, and I would draft him. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think about him. That's what I heard about.
Yeah, Jay Toya. I really like this film. I thought the exact same thing. I thought it was a steal by us. Getting him. He had some good film, some good get off, especially versus Iowa, versus their guard that actually went into the draft, so NFL
Mhm.
level guard and everything like that. Great get off. Still raw in some areas, some got short arms. So we're gonna
Definitely have
see.
the short arms.
Definitely got short arms. So I'm be honest with you. I want to see this guy only in spurts. Like I don't want to see it's him being the backup nose tackle. I 100% do not agree with it. 100%. As we talked about it this entire show, that position is no joke. And I had to get humble and actually show data, man. Like in order for you to come out guns a blazing, your
Mhm.
name had to be Aaron Donald or Ndamukong Suh. That's it. Even the D tackles and nose tackles of today, like everyone knows their name now, but no one knows their name their first 2-3 years
That's
because they
I would agree. I would agree.
Quentin
It's
Williams.
not a glamorous position.
Listen, because you need a vet in here. It's the position of humbling, Aish. I literally think it's the position of humbling because when you in college, you're big. You can get away with so many things because offensive lineman play is erratic throughout college. So you can get away with a spin move. You 340 pounds can do a spin, hook, everything like that. You can anchor three people. When you get to the league, them offensive linemen ain't playing with you. They will put you on your back. Real talk, real spill, and they be 250 pounds because they understand it. And there's a steep learning curve for this position, man. And it is 100%. And I expect that from even though he's underrated from a seventh rounder. So for him in a high substitution philosophy that Aaron White Cotton, him behind Mozzie, I 100% don't trust it. He might do good in the first quarter, but my God, there's 4 quarters in this thing, and that's how football works. And him versus Landon Dickerson, yeah, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Or him versus who's some other guards? Him versus Tyler Smith. How about
Yeah.
that? I want to be him versus Tyler Smith.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I've seen. Well, obviously he doesn't have the athletic profile, but like we've seen some defensive tackles. I mean, I would argue, Hankins didn't have long arms.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he gonna. It's not his arms. I'm just saying
Oh,
the youth.
I thought a lot of this
No,
was
it's the
because
youth.
I know
No,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
motor and the short arms.
Yeah. I mean, the motor. I'm not worried about that. It's purely off, on the job training. You know what I'm saying? Like it's if you don't know the job, how the job's gonna be, I need you coached. I need you ushered in a bit. I ain't worried about your physical profile. I don't need you to pass. That's a problem with these teams right now. All that value in pass rush. The
Hmm.
nose tackle. All I want is you to push. That's all I want. If I can get a Vita Vea, even though that's the high end, like he ain't got no pass rush. If you can just be there and provide anchorage and just
Hmm.
push in the pocket, I'm fine without having. I'm spoiled with the Cowboys, but I got pass rush other areas. But I'm fine in that position. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be honest with you. So, and then people were talking about Justin Rogers. Listen, yeah, I left out Justin Rogers. That's the problem with this D2 group. That's why I've been pushing on Twitter, nonstop that we need to get somebody else in here because
Hmm.
behind Mozzie, you have literally no one else who has any type of game experience.
Oh yeah, and like you were talking about, I mean, just like we were talking about the other positions, like at some point in time, these guys need mentorship. They need steady mentorship. They need somebody that's done it before. Yeah, their coaches can talk to them, and some coaches have played. We already know that, but they need
Yeah,
somebody that's done it before, understand what it's like to be like with me. I'll be nice, but I don't want to talk to nobody about going down range or going on a deployment, and you ain't never did it.
right. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
mean, you can be studied. You can do. I'm sure there's people who've done the profession, but there's nothing like being in those high frequency situations. And with football, there's nothing like actually experiencing getting hit in your mouth over and over and over and over again, and having to still respond to that.
It's not even that. It's just like there are certain rules. Coaches can't. coach past a certain point. Like it's a time period, you know. Like you need like a buzzy, a beat in your ear. Like that's what the mentor is. Like constantly a constant 24/7 mentorship. That's what it is. It's a constant on the job training, and that's why it's so important. Oh, what you eat today? You know what I'm saying? Like oh, wait, let's go practice. Just it's more than it's more to it. That's why
Mhm.
the veteran is so much important. It's so important. But listen, everyone, we appreciate everyone who came. We made it perfectly. And
I was reading it. I was reading. He's 6'2", 342. Dang, he's a nugget. He's only 21.
yeah, that's why I love it. So by the time he should be ready in 3 years, he'll be 24 years old. That's insane.
He just baby. He's
Oh, he
just a
can
nugget.
he can barely bear to drink.
Yeah, he's just nugget. You don't know nothing. He's just nugget.
Exactly. And we're
Oh,
asking him to go up against some these old linemen like that. They ain't playing with y'all.
yeah. I mean, I am though. Like, it's important to me that Dallas brings in another corner and another defensive tackle before the season starts. And then I think we won't do a die. I think we will. I think the team will actually have some things figured out. Those are the two things I'm worried about though.
Yeah, I mean, and look, if you do them two things, front office, I promise you, I'll shut up. I promise. I'm putting it on camera. I will shut up. I don't care if injury does happen. You feel me? Knock on wood.
I'm
Uh,
already kind of shutting up to be
if
honest.
injury does happen, because you done what you were supposed to do in filling out this roster completely. Now I turn my attention to Shoddy. This is what you've been, you know what I'm saying? After that is purely on Shoddy. It's going to be purely on White Cotton, purely
Mhm.
on Clayton Adams, Connor Riley, all these coaches. It's going to be purely on them. So that's why, yeah, like I'm going to them. If we can round this out, you can fully blame, because I know y'all want to blame the players and coaches then. I promise you. But any last words, man? This is a great show.
No, no, no. I appreciate everyone. Yes, I could see the chat because somebody was like, "Can she at least see the chat?" Yes, I could see the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Lou, for sharing your platform with me. I enjoyed talking to you, man. This was fun.
Thank you, man. Maybe next time when we do this, y'all, she actually shares her channel. And actually
I
want
tried.
to.
We stop doing me like that. Like I didn't really try. Now you making me seem like the bad guy.
But
That's
listen,
terrible, Lou. That's terrible, Lou.
all right, I'm just playing, man. We working it out. She's she got to learn how to hit the. I told her, hey man, listen, they want to see your face too. So listen, she gonna be better. She gonna be better at it. But we appreciate y'all, man, for coming in, and doing this with y'all. Tomorrow is not June, dog. I thought it was 30 days in May, but June 1st is coming
It's
up.
a never ending month, bro.
Yeah, it's the
It will
31st.
not end, bro. I'm like, every time I look up, it's another day.
That's
I'm ready to pay rent at this point. Come on. Come on.
I was like, oh wait, it's 31 days in May. I was hoping tomorrow was June 1st, so it could be June 1st cuts. If y'all don't know, that's Cowboys. I think they're waiting for that to get their D tackle, because that's where you can get the most for your money.
Mhm.
I'm not asking for much. I just want another. Don't bring in what you brought in last year. How about that? Just don't bring in a big guy. Bring in somebody who can bring in some type of production. If he's better than Mozzie, yay. If not, he got to at least be better than Jay Tohia right now. So, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna keep it straight up. I don't care what none anybody say. But I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure to like and subscribe to the content. Until next